Hi, Adam. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and your creative path. How have you gone from interior design and architecture to digital art and NFTs?
Well, the NFTs is the newest, part of the thing, and it's new for everybody almost. It's not been too long. I started, I'm a little older and I'm quite long in the digital arts. I started about the millennium. I was studying interior design at the time. And the interesting thing is that I was really at that time, you have to think about it 20 and more years before. And I was looking at some guys there showing some projects with 3D. And I didn't like it. I thought it was very cold, it's a cold medium they were projecting then showing their ideas of interior design. But for me, it was cold medium. And I said, no, it's no use. But I saw it coming, that so I said, let's try it. But I wanted to try it to learn, first of all, to show my interior design project as well, for the university and later as a professional. And when I got into it, and of course it was difficult at that time, I started 3ds Max. That was the main software that we're using with 3D. I realized that this software has so many potentials that you cannot only, do only interior design with photorealistic. It's a very good tool for interior designers, architects, for showing how the building will be before it will be built. And it's also good for the customers, for the money, for everything. So I loved it. So from one side of being opposite to it, I jumped to the other side. It became my passion. I even changed my work from interior design. I started to do presentations. It's a full-time job, presentations for architects and interior designers and anyone who wants to see a product before it will be built, just from plans. And for a long time, it was my job, but I always wanted something more from life in general. I always liked arts. I was painting at the school also. I was painting at the university. I didn't think of myself as ever be a painter. But when I realized that 3D is such a good tool, I started to create, artworks with it, free artworks in my free time. That was in 2003 or something like this. And I had great passion for the 3D. I tested any new software that was coming at the time. And I saw that this has got so many potentials. And I started to experiment a lot with this. And slowly it became, I left the presentations of the interiors and became full-time artist. And for 15 years now, I'm full-time artist. I work at home. I create digital. I don't do many commissions. I'm at the position that I can only sell artworks. I also, for many years, I was in the physical space. I'm still, with galleries, prints. This is my main, let's say, also source of income. I sell artworks. I have gallery now in Luxembourg. My main gallery had a gallery exhibition in Russia, in St. Petersburg, in a museum that just ended. And then NFT came, which for me, and I have to tell this, that the young guys, the new artists that are there, they don't know how lucky they are that there is such a thing. It's not easy. It wasn't easy in a physical way to support yourself with arts, even if you are, kind of a name like I am. I've been many years. A lot of people know me in the digital, and I have done a lot, to bring people like who love painting, sculptures, to bring them to look at digital art as well, in the general, frame of digital art. So because I do 3D mainly.
Let's get into the artwork that you feature. So you apparently you feature a lot of depersonalized humans. Sex and rare color are the only things that distinguish one from the other. So why do you strip them of any distinctive features?
This is because I'm trying to look at the big picture of the things. This, you know, my work is philosophical work. In every work that you see, there are levels of how you can read it. That means that I use also art. Art for me is a tool, you know, and like when we say style or something, for me this is sub-tool. So I could never, for example, base my work on something that I call sub-tool. You know, I need to base it on the essence of the art, which for me is communication. Art for me is communication.
So how do you describe your style in one sentence, and
No,
what is the recurring theme
it's
of
not
your artwork?
possible to. This is for critics, you know. I use a lot of symbols, and even in this work, the fragile light, there are a lot of symbols. There's this position that the human has, a fetus position, which is a symbol because this is our first position, you know. So it's the symbol of the human, and it is blurred inside a more abstract environment, which for me it symbolizes the universe, space, and everything. And
is it a controversial type, or is it something that recurring? You would consider it as a recurring theme in your artwork?
Can you say again? I didn't. Really...
Is this a kind of like a controversial kind of like theme, or is it a recurring theme that actually happens in your artwork?
Yeah, it happens many times. You know, my main duty in this life, I think, is to get some answers about what is this. I mean, life, yes, existence in general. And I'm using art for this. And I'm using also art for communication, to communicate with others, to start talking like example we do now, and many other ways. And it has helped me to develop my thinking. It has developed probably the style also, but the style, you know, I don't think I have something that I'm sticking to it. I try to avoid, you know, what we're calling at some part maniera. That this is very often that it's happening now in the arts, that somebody has found a style and is working the same. This is too boring for me. I want to experiment and experiment, and 3D, it's a really great tool for this. It can experiment, you know, until I come to this image, I have seen like 50 others, and I have to choose one from those 50s, because I'm very fast on when I work. I'm many years now into this. And now I've come to the point to choose from what I see, and I say, this is the final artwork. This is the closest to what I have in mind. Because actually, okay, at the beginning is very blurred, very abstract and vague, but later, when you work, you're coming to finalize the design.
So let's talk about your NFT, which is called Fragile Light. So what are you trying to say with this piece of art?
Well, this is, like I said, a philosophical also work. It doesn't belong to a specific series that I have. I generally use more figured persons. I break them always because I believe that we are fragile anyway. That's why the fragile also in this work. But as the title also says, and the titles are very important to me, because many people are asking me, what are you trying to say this? And you know, it's the worst thing to ask an artist, especially a visual one, what do you mean? If I would say it in words, I would be a writer, for example, right? Or a poet. But I'm a visual artist, so I can speak a little about it, you know, in general. And for me, we are just a moment of time. I mean, the humans. We haven't been this way all the time. We know it. Before us, there were dinosaurs. And who knows what coming later. It's not permanent, that the look of us, how we look, how we think and everything. It's just the moment that we're living right now.
Perfect.
And especially now, things are changing very fast, you know.
So perhaps you can explain why the human portrait is in a kind of like a fatal position.
This is the symbolic part of it, that, you know, when you are as a fetus in the belly of your mother, for example, you're not exactly human yet, but you are alive in a way. You are alive, but you have not been shaped as for example, who you are now and who I am now. It needs experience and time. So it's a beginning and the symbol of the human from the very beginning. And then, and like any time, but it's a strong symbol, I think, it belongs to the whole, you know, to the to the universe, maybe more universes, we don't know. And it's also, you know, in my work, I always try to make people think that, okay, we are unique, all of us, but I'm trying to find the common things that we have, you know, because we do have common things. And if we would stick to the common things that we have, the world would be a better place. So what I'm trying to do is actually get people closer, what art is doing, communication. And let's try to make this world better, because it's going worse, you know. We are too many, there are too many, I don't know, it's going crazy, things are going crazy.
Exactly. So the image of stars that you actually use and the meaning you put into them remind me of a lot of images of the clay of Rabiat of Omar Khayyam. He used the clay to perhaps describe how we are all made of clay, and after we are gone, we will become the clay that potter uses to create something new and beautiful. Do you know this analogy, or were you inspired by something close to this or something
Yeah,
else?
yes, of course. I didn't know the particular one you said about the clay, but I agree totally. It's based on this. You know that you and me and every person, we have elements inside us which are made from stars, from dying stars that exploded. So we are a puzzle of things that has, you know, the age of the universe actually. It needed 13.8, I think that's the age, or billion years at the age of the universe, for you and me to come here. You know, it's incredible. It's a miracle actually. And I take it as a miracle. I try to, uh, you know, to love everything, to support everything, not to destroy. I try to create. This is the opposite of destroying. You know, there are people that destroy. I'm trying to make them think of what is happening, to understand why they are doing it, because it's something coming from the inside, you know.
Let's talk about the NFT. So, what has been your first experience so far in the NFT marketplace, and what do you expect from this auction?
I don't expect anything, you know, in the way that I'm waiting for something. I don't expect anything from this. I don't even expect something from my career. I've got more things that I would ever imagine. But I am ambitious in the way that I will continue to make artworks. I will continue with new projects. I will, coming to NFTs, I haven't been actually very much into it. Most of my works are older works, but those works, you know, I've been working a lot on them. There's a lot of truth of mine inside, and they're honest. I think it's important for an artist. And they're also part of history of digital art. And NFTs is actually the marketplace mainly for digital art, but also other will come. They're already here. Photographers, although they also belong to digital, but painters, sculptors, everybody. I would like everybody to come here. I'm supporting the scene, and I believe it's a wonderful thing for us to happen. It's also very nice for the collectors, I think. And I'm trying also with my galleries to bring collectors from the physical world to come inside to the NFTs. They don't know even what digital art is. So first I need to explain them my work, which they think it's a photography that I've taken a picture of something creating, you know. But I try to tell them, and they find it interesting, you know. It's not easy for them to come and start buying, but they have to know also what is crypto in general, cryptocurrency and everything, because this is under one frame. But if you go into it, even if you're skeptical, because I'm always skeptical. At the beginning, I started on January, you know, after the big, it was a big hit with people and stuff that a lot of people got interested. I had some proposals at the beginning, but I looked at it and I said, no, I was involved with other projects. I couldn't take a look even. Then I forgot. But then I took a better look into it. And I think it's a wonderful marketplace. You know, it's a marketplace. It's not what many people say, or artists, that we are creating. We are not creating NFT. You just mint an NFT, and then you sell, and then you talk, and it's also a good way of communication, right? So it's
Exactly.
another add-on to to the whole that we have, but the art is art.
Right.
Anyway, NFTs are not only art. There are many things that you can buy and sell through NFTs, and by the time, a lot of other things will come. I think the NFTs in general will be something used, and blockchain will be something used very much in the future. I believe so.
So as an artist, you surely have your own outlook on the NFT market and an opinion, obviously, on what and why something grows in popularity. Do you see the demand for artwork with the deep meanings raising existential questions?
The artworks with meanings. Well,
Yes.
an artwork does not have to have a meaning. You know, if you are creating an abstract picture, you know, it's more about feelings, the colors, and everything that produces to you. It's more the thing that will bring us closer if you do a good abstract, because there are also bad abstract. And also, I have a lot of many artists in the scene are not educated in the term of artistic education. You know, they know the software, they love to play with it, to create and everything. But I say to them always that try to educate a little more, try to read a little more of history of art, because sometimes you think that you've done something new and it was done 80 years ago, you know, or 100 years ago. So it's good. It will also open your mind in general. And I do artworks with have a story and a meaning in the term, because I want to pass them to the people. And it's a starting point. I don't have a problem someone tell me that I don't agree. It's a fantastic you know, start to talk with somebody. Why don't you agree what you have seen? And you know,
Right.
and there
I
are
mean,
also
art.
which is also important, that sometimes people see different things than you see, and this is the beauty of art. And I always leave, you know, some doors open to interpretations that I have not think about. And I'm really happy when somebody sees something that I have not even think about it. And my favorite artist, Paul Klee, he was also saying that the artists are a trunk of a tree that are taking from the earth, you know, and they're transforming through the trunk and giving the leaves, the flowers, the fruits. So we're in the messengers, let's say.
Well, that's a great description.
No.
And last question, how's your experience so far with NFT STARS platform?
It's very nice. I wrote to Alexandra that the site, which is the first that you see, you know, and how you navigate there and everything, is very beautiful. It's one of the best, in my opinion. The people are very nice, very cooperative. It's very important also, because we're always, okay, we are trying to work, we are trying to create, we're trying to make money, etc. But the most important factor is the people, you know. And this is our adventure in life. It's always about the people. And if it's nice, it's always nice. Everything is better. You know, you always want to go next step and next step and next step. And this is the nice thing.
Well, that's great to hear from you, and good luck with the auction, and best of the luck for the future endeavors.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Adam. Have a great day, and looking forward to the auction.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.